ain't since Taylor Swift. Since I had the rolling on the wrist, I'm the new Jesus, bitch. I turn water to Chris. This is what they did to Chris. They can't do shit with this. Got my kids in a fake school. We ain't. Go, 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 go.
Keep in mind, these bars are a little bit higher, the handles. So from here, linking them together, we're gonna do 5, okay? If you wanna add, rest a little bit in between, okay? So that's gonna be the first one. We're just gonna hit that. So once you hit it, rest and progress. That makes sense what I'm saying? So we'll probably go about a couple y'all per, and then y'all's is different. Sound good? Cool, then the next block, we're gonna go a triple extension. Let me show this right now. So from here, I'm gonna lower these handles, but from here, you're gonna sink, okay? Up top, come back, sink, finish up top, okay? If you're terrestrial, okay? You're gonna be forward, you're gonna press, so feet are even, sink into it. Press like you're in a straight line, come back, okay? I set it up with 2 bands. If you're like, yo, we're saws, this is easy, just double it up, okay? Sound good? That's pretty chill. Then paired with that one, we're gonna do a top end squat. So I got these 3 set up, and what you're gonna do, weight, again, is discretion of you. So from here, you come out, hit set, you'll get to just here, up aggressively, okay? That's pretty chill. So we're gonna focus on the trap bar first. Once we get to the squats, we're gonna go 8, 5, and then 3 sets of 3 after that. So kind of like, okay, feeling it out, the movement here at 8, then 5, 3, and 3. Sound good? We'll start trap bar first, then we'll flow. A lot of movement, ask a lot of questions, we'll flow from there. But before we get going, let's space out. We're gonna take a plate, we go reverse lunge to press. Just alternate, there's other 10s around, so we can grab that. We're gonna alternate, it's gonna be 2 sets of 20, take your time. And keep in mind too, this floor is a little firmer, so don't like hit your knee on the ground. Okay, so we're gonna go 8, then 5, then 3 sets of 3, but then I'm gonna lower the handles down there. If you're the flexion, you'll go 5 reps from there. We'll space out on these 3 racks, we'll flow from there. So we're gonna go foot back, it's a shrug first. You're gonna go like this, reach up. That's for 5. Once you finish the 5, we're gonna go 8, switch sides. The other one, we're gonna do a row over here, okay? Single arm row, preference of angles up to you. We're gonna do 8 reps. Once you finish the 8, the last rep is hold for 5 seconds. Focus on that shoulder blade staying on the rib cage. All right, so it's those 2, we'll fit, and I'll set these jammers up for the last one we're gonna do there. I like to kind of go here and think absorb, absorb, and then release and go, okay? You got it.
What's going on? Thanks for checking in. Got UW softball in the house. Got the strength coach, Mr. Curtis Clay. Can you go ahead, just run us through what you guys got? We had game day, but the game got canceled, so they're in here on an off day. But you're going to take them through a little in-season training session, right? Yeah. So what do we got going on for them today?
For sure. So today, I mean, we've got some individualized stuff, so we kind of based it off of their assessment, and then also too kind of their preference of how they move. And so if you look at some of the stuff that we did today, essentially what we did was focused on top end squats, kind of working the glutes, priming the glutes, but making sure their thoracic spine, low back's kind of solid. And then we went into kind of scapular health, right? Like arm care, people think it's this stuff, right? So I want to make sure their shoulder blades are good. So we did a lot of shoulder blade stuff from there locked in, but we did a contrast using the jammers today where it was either backside dominant with their pin squat or we did front side dominant from there. So making sure they feel good, still getting some load on their system, and then people in season tend to back off. We want to make sure they're still getting that stimulus so they can carry on, especially with us traveling literally across the country. So yeah, it was a pretty good little setup today.
What's how many days a week do you guys lift in season right now?
Well, we kind of just started. So we're probably going 2 to 3. 2 days, Monday, Wednesdays when we go, and we do a primer lift before our game days, like once we get fully into season 2.
Okay, and are you splitting those lifts based on position, or talk a little bit about, like you did the aerial, terrestrial, the ground up, bottom up. I noticed you were talking back and forth with them on that. Just go ahead, dive in a little bit on that if you could.
Yeah, so for sure. So we want to make sure that they're locked into what they want to be doing, right? So if they have a preference of moving from the top half down, we want to make sure that feels pretty solid. If they're going to be ground up, we're going to go from there. So we do it position specific, right? So pitchers are doing some pretty demanding things when it comes to their ability to really stop, right? That front leg has to stop. So a lot of their stuff, we call it skill acquisition. So their core and skill acquisition every lift is to focus on their ability to still decelerate. The hitters, we want to make sure, one, they're obviously rotating one way. So I call it rotating the tires. We'll kind of rotate the tires, make sure the pelvis can come back around to get there. And then, or it might be that their top half down, so their lower half is a brick house so they can release onto the ball. For aerials versus terrestrials, you're going to leverage that ground and sequence from the ground. So we'll base it off of that, injury history, all that type of stuff, but they're doing really good with this, and a lot of it's kind of unloading the education. So if they understand the why behind what we're trying to do, they'll adopt it more. So we're trying to unload that information so they can own their own system.
Take a look at how systemized this guy is and this team in general. You can learn a lot if you're a young softball player. Game rewards the grind. It knows how much you've invested.